Well, no, I really haven't seen what's happening. Not that much is happening right now. So look,
You
I
don't
mean,
need to see what's happening to talk about Jurgen Klopp and the legacy he's left at Liverpool.
special. We've talked about it in the past on Friday even, and I was thinking because everybody keeps coming back at me, with other managers, even the love that Jurgen Klopp gets from Anfield and from the supporters is nowhere near what Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger did when they left, and they've accomplished as much and more, right? And I get that, but I think in terms of culture, in terms of community, in terms of what he's built so quickly. I've said it and I'll say it again. It's the fans will tell you everything, and what's happening right now. How many managers? I thought about it today. When you start being a manager, you probably hope that something like this will happen to you at one stage in your life, right? And that's all you have to say. I just look at the fans. At no stage in his career, he was in danger of losing his job at an institution that is Liverpool, one of the biggest and greatest clubs in the world.
What do you think's next for him, Gab, once he does have this break?
I take it at kind of face value what he said. There's more to life than work. I thought he was very open about it. He talked about his gas tank. I talked about running on empty. This is not, I don't know that this is a necessarily sabbatical. I don't know that he knows. If he wants to go back and spend time with family and just watch football and enjoy football from the sideline, I got no problem with it whatsoever. Right now, that's the way he's heading. I think he's gonna sit it out. He's gonna focus on his health, both physical and mental, and then he's gonna say, all right, do I have what it takes to come back? And if I do come back, what kind of a project do I want? Do I want to rebuild a big team? Do I want to go back to Mainz? What do I want now? What do I want to define my life? Does he necessarily come back in football as a coach? I don't know. I mean, to me, it's pretty much a blank slate. I don't believe he's thought about it one bit about, how am I going to get back in now? No, I think I just take him at face value, and I assume he's being completely honest, and good for him.
Gab, I think you're right. I don't know if there's a place and there's time to come even close to what he's had here. And I know there's a difference in age, but if you look at Sir Alex Ferguson, if you look at Wenger, it's almost you leave in a project that's impossible to match with everything that and he's much smarter, much more experienced right now. And there's probably some ideas that he has. Maybe if I had to do it all over again, I would change this and that. It could have even made it better. But I just think that in terms of club football, if I had to bet small amount of money, and case especially, that I don't bet, I'd say that this is the end for him in terms of club football. Maybe national team, but I don't know if he's I think he's an everyday guy, so that's possible. But club football, I think this is it for him, if I had to guess.
So that's Jurgen Klopp's future. What of Liverpool, though? We've touched on it a little bit earlier in the show, LME. The fact that Arne Slot's coming in, what are the expectations for him and this Liverpool side next season?
Well, as a Peruvian, I follow any Peruvian that plays in Europe, and there aren't that many, right? So one of them is Marcos Lopez, who plays for Feyenoord, and so I follow Feyenoord quite a little bit. And Arne Slot is a tremendous detail-oriented man manager with a lot of good ideas, who's versatile, who likes to play this sort of 4-2-3-1, but he can be very, diversified in his thinking, all that good stuff, right? But it's going to be, and has a connection with the fan base. That to me is one of the biggest things, because now he's entering Liverpool. And Janusz said it perfectly. And Gab talked about Jurgen Klopp's humanity and the way that he really doesn't, he just wants a break, and he needs to really just refocus on his life. And I completely agree. But the key thing, one of the main things that Jurgen Klopp is saying goodbye to, is that strong bridge, that strong connection between him and Liverpool as a community, not just as a football club. So I think that Arne Slot is going to enter this and truly understand that and respect that, because that will be the most important part of what he wants to do. From a footballing perspective, a business side, and what Liverpool want to do in order to once again look to really try and win the Premier League title and compete with the likes of Manchester City and Arsenal, there are many things that need to happen, right? James Ollie said it a few days ago here on this show, and I agree. I'm intrigued to see what Fenway Sports Group's going to do in terms of Mohamed Salah and his final year of his contract. He's not getting any younger. I'm not saying he's going anywhere, but what is the future hold, especially now that a new manager comes in. So little tiny things within the squad. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to work out within Arne Slot's system, Arne Slot's idea, somebody that's entering the Premier League for the very first time. That's why I said I wasn't worried, but I'm intrigued because there are many things that Slot's going to have to balance. One of them is the key bond and the relationship between him and Liverpool fans, which is going to take time. And then the other side is, kind of formulate and mold the squad that he wants in order to be successful. So it's going to be one of the most important, if not the most important preseason summer for Liverpool Football Club in the last, since Jurgen Klopp arrived, I think.
Do you want a quick say on that, Janusz, before we move on?
No, the one difference is, aside from, a new manager is that assuming the squad stays the same and it gets strengthened, right? It's totally different than when Sir Alex Ferguson was leaving and Arsene Wenger. The cycle was over. I don't think it is over. And by the way, you can improve these players. And there's everything looks great and lovey-dovey, but there's always one or two or three or four players that kind of looking for fresh start. Maybe thinking that they get a chance, right? I'm not just thinking about the likes of Gakpo or Gravenberch, with the Dutch manager coming in, but maybe even Darwin Núñez if he stays, or Luis Diaz or Mo Salah. I think if you look at some of the younger players, you look at Harvey Elliott, who's coming into his own. You look at Diogo Jota, who obviously when he's healthy makes a difference immediately, even when he's out. So when I look at this team, obviously they need strengthening. All teams do, but I think it's a different proposition. I'll go as far as now, because everybody's going to forget this before the season starts. I'll go as far as Liverpool once again challenging for the title next season.